On the other side of the aisle, Donald Trump is beginning to regain some momentum. Not only has he found his footing in attacking Kamala Harris for her lack of positions and her flip-flops on positions. Obviously, he gained the endorsement of RFK Jr. on Friday. Yesterday, he picked up the endorsement of former representative from Hawaii, Tulsi Gabbard. That's not a huge shock. Tulsi, of course, has been moving steadily toward the Republican Party since she was basically ousted from the Democratic Party. She also happens to be the single most effective debate weapon against Kamala Harris. You'll remember she basically ended Kamala Harris's presidential run on the stage by calling out all of Kamala Harris's lies about law enforcement and all of the rest. Here was Tulsi Gabbard endorsing President Trump yesterday.
I am proud to stand here before you today, whether you're a Democrat, a Republican, or an independent. If you love our country, as I do, if you cherish peace and freedom as we do, I invite you to join me in doing all that we can to save our country and elect President Donald J. Trump and send him back to the White House to do the tough work of saving our country and serving the people. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Now, again, the entrenched obstacles that are going to be faced by President Trump are insane. Jack Smith is now attempting to revive the classified documents case against President Trump. It was thrown out, as you'll recall, by a federal judge in Florida, suggesting that, effectively speaking, under the way that the law had been, the way that the filing had been done, it was illegal to go after Trump on that basis. She said that she was not persuaded by decisions spanning back to Watergate era, upholding the legality of the appointment of outside prosecutors in general, and therefore Smith's appointment as a special prosecutor to go after Trump was illegal. Smith is now appealing. He's urging the Atlanta-based 11th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals to reinstate the 40-count indictment against the former president. That is likely to carry out, again, beyond the election. So it's probably not going to affect the election, the classified documents case at this point. What will indeed affect the election is the sentencing of President Trump in the absurd and ridiculous New York case, the supposed hush money payment case, which, again, hush money actually isn't a crime. So no crime was really even alleged at that trial. It was a made-up phony crime that has never been attempted in the state of New York. They convicted of him anyway. And now the question is, will they home arrest him, give him jail time, whatever it is to try and stop him? That is still very much on the table. You can't afford to lose sleep, which is why you need your Helix Sleep mattress. I rely on my Helix Sleep mattress. I can't keep up with my day if I don't get a good night's sleep. My Helix mattress makes that happen. Helix harnesses years of mattress expertise to offer a truly elevated sleep experience. The Helix Elite Collection includes 6 different mattress models, each tailored for specific sleep positions and firmness preferences. If you're nervous about buying a mattress online, you don't have to be. Helix has a sleep quiz that matches your body type and sleep preferences to the perfect mattress, because why would you buy a mattress made for someone else? I took that Helix quiz. I was matched with a firm but breathable mattress. I love it. My wife loves it. We are big Helix fans at the Shapiro house. Helix has a 10-year warranty. You can try it out for 100 nights risk-free. They'll even pick it up for you if you don't love it, but you will. Helix's financing options and flexible payment plans that make it so a great night's sleep is never far away. For a limited time, Helix is offering up to 25% off all mattress orders plus 2 free pillows for our listeners. Just head on over to helixsleep.com/Ben. That's helixsleep.com/Ben. This is their best offer yet. It's not going to last long. With Helix, better sleep starts right now. helixsleep.com/Ben. Team Trump dropped a very effective ad called Kamala versus Kamala, in which she debates herself with regard to Bidenomics. Here we go.
Food, rent, gas, back to school clothes. That is called Bidenomics. A loaf of bread cost 50% more today. Ground beef is up almost 50%. There's not much left at the end of the month. Bidenomics is working. The price of housing has gone up. It feels so hard to just be able to get ahead. And we are very proud of Bidenomics.
Okay, again, that's a very effective ad because it shows what her position has been in favor of all the things she now says are bad. And that's true for pretty much all of her policies. When she was asked about inflation, she famously suggested that there needed to be some form of price controls. The price gouging was the real problem. But the problem is everybody knows that's idiotic, including Democrats. Here, for example, is former Obama economic advisor Jason Furman saying price gouging, that's not the problem. What the hell are you talking about?
But look, the problem with the tariffs is you can do this unilaterally. The president has the authority to raise tariffs to 10%. I haven't heard him say it's reciprocal. I've heard him say 10%, possibly 20% on every single country in the world.
It's in the platform, Jason. It's in the platform.
Something you don't actually need And there's a big difference. I mean, the price gouging we were talking about before, you need 60 votes in the Senate. So might be a fun thing to talk about on the campaign. It's just not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So who cares what she has to say? That is the new line. They're happy it's not going to happen, by the way, because it's idiotic. But this is true of all of her positions. She's not answering about her border positions. She's putting out ads about how she's tough on the border. Today, she dropped the news via Axios that she has now flipped completely on the border wall. Remember, Donald Trump ran in 2016 on a border wall. He then built some of the border wall, but not nearly all of the border wall. And then in 2020, Democrats ran against the border wall. The border wall was a sign of racism. It was a sign of xenophobia. Well, now Kamala Harris has flipped 180 degrees on this thing. According to Axios, if elected president, Kamala Harris pledges to spend hundreds of millions of dollars on the border wall, a project she once opposed and called un-American during the Trump administration. You know, it'd be awesome is if somebody could ask her a question about that. But nope. They've got her behind that bulletproof glass to make sure that nobody can ask her a single question. Trump's literally behind bulletproof glass because people are trying to shoot him. Kamala Harris is behind the bulletproof glass erected by her campaign so no one can ask her a question. She's in the cone of silence. According to Axios, it's the latest example of Harris flip-flopping on her past liberal positions, like supporting Medicare for all and banning fracking. Proposals aides now say she is against. She herself, by the way, has not said she is against them. She's not had to answer a single question. Why is that important? Because when you have footage of her saying, I'm for Medicaid for all, and then footage of her saying, I'm now against it, that's bad for her campaign. So instead, what they've been doing is simply allowing her aides to go out and reverse her on every one of these positions. She herself has not reversed a single one of these positions, not on fracking, not on Medicare for all, not on the border wall. So they just keep sending aides out to do the dirty work so that the media, again, the tail end of that human centipede, so the media will ingest that and then crap out the story that she's actually reversed her positions. But she has not reversed anything. She has not articulated any change in her positions. That's the whole point. Everything is designed for media consumption and for your consumption via the media that's making the sausage in the back room. In her speech to the DNC last week, Harris said she would sign the recent bipartisan border security bill. But, of course, that bill includes border wall funding. Now Harris's campaign is suggesting that that's really, really important, the border wall funding. Again, the embrace of the border bill is a new one. Harris's campaign is portraying her as a hardline immigration restrictionist in ads. As Axios points out, like the wall itself, Harris's changes on border policy reflect how Trump has shifted the political debate on immigration during the past decade. Now, the reality is, it's not Trump that shifted the political debate on immigration. He was reflecting a strongly felt sentiment among Americans that dates all the way back to the mid-2000s. I'm old enough to remember when the Bush administration proposed immigration reform in 2006, and it was Republicans who shut it down. So that's nothing new. Okay, what actually changed is that the Biden administration blew open the border so horribly by letting in 10 million illegal immigrants that even Kamala Harris is now forced to separate off from those positions. But she is not forced, apparently, to answer any questions about it. Are you tired of the lies and the twists of the mainstream media talking points? Yeah, me too. Join me in my newest series, Facts, where I dismantle and bring truth to this tiring mainstream agenda.